Hello, my name is Vikas Sinha. This is my Data Science in Context presentation for the Data 607 class at City University of New York. In this presentation, I will be discussing some aspects of the nearest neighbor reasoning that is very useful and very common in data science. So what is nearest neighbor reasoning? The essence of nearest neighbor reasoning is that we classify a new example in the same class as the nearest feature vector in the training data. This is a very simple rule and a simple algorithm that actually we know that its performance is no worse than twice that of the optimum Bayes decision rule. There is mathematical analysis that establishes that the nearest neighbor reasoning performs no worse than twice that of the theoretical best performing rule. Nearest neighbor reasoning, surprisingly, is also used in a legal context. In legal reasoning, a court tries to give the best decision given the facts of the case and given prior decisions that the courts have made in similar cases. For example, is the case at hand similar to a previous case 1 or to previous case 2? And the decision hinges on this similarity, and the decision may be very different depending on which prior case is found similar to the current case. So reasoning from precedent is a version of a nearest neighbor strategy for deciding new cases, and this is an application of the same reasoning that data scientists do in a legal context. And there are some other examples as well. In fact, moral reasoning also contains examples of nearest neighbor strategy. We often find general principles to apply to particular cases and also test our general principles against our judgments about other cases. Often, for example, whether two cases where we are applying moral reasoning are similar to each other leads to new insights, and it leads us to classify them together or differently. In the context of the medical profession, a doctor may reason about a new case by recalling a similar case, either one that he treated or she treated personally or a prior case that has been documented. And they may then apply the same diagnosis and treatment as the case that was most similar. These examples and this presentation is based on this reference book. This textbook is Kulkarni and Harman, An Elementary Introduction to Statistical Learning Theory, which I found to be a good source for an introduction to statistical learning theory. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.